All right, guys, well, in my opinion, this is the worst part of a build. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Rusto Mod. We're back on the Sasquatch project, our 1959 Ford F250 that in the last previous episodes we have been chassis swapping onto a 1994 Ford 7.3 turbo diesel chassis. We were getting pretty close on this truck. We have figured out the brakes, the steering, the throttle pedal, the suspension, our transmission tunnel, the seats. A bunch of stuff has gotten completed on this truck. But now it's time to rip it all back apart and make it look pretty good. So let me show you guys the game plan of what I have for this truck in the next coming weeks. All right, guys, well, in my opinion, this is the worst part of a build. Whenever you have everything put together and you got to take it all back apart. So we have been mocking up all the stuff for the Sasquatch. We figured out a lot of things that we had to have everything there together. But now's the time where we have to pull it all back apart and make it look good. So let me show you guys what we're gonna do because we've got a lot of work ahead of us. All right, so the first thing that we gotta figure out is how to pull this front clip off because I need to get to everything underneath the hood. So the radiator that we mounted has gotta come back out. Our booster has to come back out. Our steering, our throttle pedal, everything that we have mounted has gotta come back off because I wanna clean up the firewall. I wanna paint it, make it look pretty good, and plug up some holes, get all of this cut metal that we have out of there, and seam seal everything and make it really nice. So we gotta rip this off. And then I'm gonna pull the cab back off because we gotta figure out what we're gonna do with our rusty floorboards here. So these things are really thin in some spots, so I'm probably gonna have to patch a lot of this stuff up. And it's just a lot easier to do with the cab removed. So all the seats and everything else that we had mounted in here has got to come back out so we can figure out what we're going to do there. The other reason I want to pull the cab back off is because I want to clean this frame up. It's really scaly and rusty, so I want to give it a good clean. I got to drop these gas tanks out of here because we're only going to be able to use one of them, and I want to pull the engine back out of this thing because it is puking oil. So I want to get that all cleaned up and pressure washed and really nice so it's not a mess to work on. So my buddy Patrick, he's coming over and he's going to help me tear apart this truck so it'll be a little bit quicker. It's going to take a lot of maneuvering to be able to get the front clip off. Definitely can't do it by myself. So we're going to tackle that. So let's start tearing this thing apart and seeing what we come up with. We're going to rip off the front clip of the Sasquatch first because that will allow us to get to the cab. I want to try to get the cab separated from the front clip so that way we can lift it off a lot easier. So let's start pulling this thing off and see how it goes. Dude, that was not bad. The C60 was way worse.
And heavier.
All right, well, not bad. We pulled the front clip off. I was expecting this to be a lot more rusted than it was. It looks like there's a little bit of rust underneath here, and you can see where somebody has patched some of this stuff before, but it's not rotted out or anything, so I think it'll work pretty good. I've never pulled this front clip off. Now it's a lot easier to be able to get to the steering, the brakes, and all the other stuff that we have to unhook, and then we can go ahead and we can yank the cab back off, and it won't be as front heavy as it was before, so that way we can pull it off a lot easier. Pretty easy. This is very easy to pull apart now that I've got everything figured out, so let's lift this thing up. Hopefully, I got a new little electric winch instead of the chain fall that I had before, so hopefully this works out a little bit better. There it goes. It's hitting the filler neck. Oh yeah. All right, not too bad. This went a way easier than it was coming off just because of that little electric winch. That works really good. I do wish it was a little bit taller. It's like right at the limit to clearing the 37-inch tires. Wanted to tell you guys real quick about our Patina Party car show we're having on August 8th at Maryland International Raceway. If you have an awesome Patina hot rod or a hot rod in general, they're all welcome at Patina Party. If you guys also want to see all of the Rosto-Mod projects there, make sure you check us out at Patina Party on Instagram and patinaparty.com to get all the information on our Patina Party car show this year. We need your guys' help to make this show grow every year, so hopefully you guys can make it out and spread the word, bring some friends to Patina Party. All right guys, back to the video. All right, well, it's a packed house now. Man, this thing is really big, all blown apart like this, but it's worth it because we can now try to pull all the stuff off this frame that we don't need, like this gas tank. I'm gonna have to cut the exhaust, and there's a little valve for switching between the two tanks. I can remove that and get that all figured out, so when we cut the frame, it should be really easy to put back together. So the other thing I have to look at too is the shifter for the transfer case and the transmission. I haven't figured out what I want to do with that yet. It has a cable on it originally, so I might be able to just use a cable shifter. And then the transfer case shifter is easy. It's just a little bar that goes in there. I just have to cut a hole in the floor. So that shouldn't be too bad, but I do have a little bit more stuff to figure out there. But I really just want to get this thing blown apart so we can clean it really good and paint it and then get this frame cut down. So I'm gonna probably end up taking this to the big shop to cut it in half. I think I have a lot more stuff that is a little bit more capable than what I have here to cut the frame in half. I want to do it right, so I'm gonna take it up there, but I have to prep it to get ready to do that. So that's what I'm gonna start on now, is start pulling all this stuff off, and then we'll bring it up to the big shop and cut this in half. Well, that worked pretty good. Wasn't expecting that to fall. I had two straps on it, but I guess they both broke. Well, it's self-removing. That's pretty neat. All right, well, we got our gas tank removed. So that is a little bit easier to see what we're doing. So this is the only section of the frame that's flat. So when we cut it, we want it to be level across the top and the bottom of the frame, at least easy enough so that way when we get it back together, it'll be nice to clamp and weld it all up. So we're cutting it here, and that seems to be the safest place. We do kind of want to retain our emergency brake cable in case we want to hook that back up. So we had to take that tank out, but it's a good thing we have two tanks because we can still use the one in the back. So the part that kind of is unfortunate is we're gonna have to get a new drive shaft. The exhaust, I'm not too worried about. We can chop that up and make that work. And we have to figure out what we're gonna do with our brake lines and our fuel lines. So I might wanna try to save some of this stuff and splice it back together, but I ended up getting all new brake lines for this truck because they don't look like they're in the best shape. So we can put those on as well. The fuel lines have this little valve here for the dual tanks, so I can remove that since we're not gonna have that anymore, and then just run some fresh fuel lines up the entire thing as well. So the big step now is really just cleaning this frame up. It's so gross and grimy and oily from this thing leaking oil for so long. But one last thing that I wanna do is I wanna pull off this back bumper. So we're shrinking this frame down about a foot, but I have to add a section to the back because the bed is still 8 feet long. It's just the wheelbase that's different. So we're gonna have to take this section and add it to the back because the overhang of the back of the 59 truck is a lot more than it is on the 94 truck. So I'm gonna yank this off real quick. So that should be the last thing before we bring this up to the big shop so we can start cutting this in half, welding it back together, painting it, pressure washing it, and making it a lot nicer than what it is right now. All right, well, we got the frame pretty much stripped down, at least as much as we can do in my shop. So we are going to take this up to the big shop in the next few episodes and start chopping this thing in half and prepping it so that way we can get the Sasquatch back together. So it's gonna be a little bit weird because we're gonna be working half there in some videos and then we're gonna be back here in some videos because we also have to start figuring out how we're gonna clean up our cab, our firewall, and get this thing dialed in. So get excited because this is the start of the final assembly on this project. Once this thing comes back together, once the cab is done and the frame's done, it will be very close to driving back on the road. I know this was a short one, guys, but I have a lot of work to do on this frame and we will be tackling it in the next few episodes. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe so you can stay up to date with the Sasquatch project and all the rest of the projects here on Rustomod. We have some returning projects coming in the next few weeks, so get excited for that. We have a lot of work to do in 2026, so I'll see you guys in the next one.